Hey, T.O., I'm going to bust up your eyes, I'm going to whoop your ass, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy.
Don't try me.
Anything dirty will be reciprocated, brother.
Don't try me. I thought he was on his path, I was on my path, but then I thought like years down the line, not this soon, but years down the line, as long as everybody's still doing their part, that we'll meet. But time has changed that course, and now we're...
Shakur Stevenson, operating at the height of his technical confidence, has made his position crystal clear. He didn't just watch the clips of Teofimo Lopez training alongside Mike Tyson. He brushed them off, labeling the move as a sign of desperation from someone who knows he's at a disadvantage. While Lopez is attempting to borrow the ferocity of Iron Mike ahead of their January 31st showdown, Stevenson is already breaking him down mentally, insisting that true separation in this sport can't be learned in one camp. This fight has moved beyond the WBO title at Madison Square Garden. It's personal now, and Shakur believes he's about to put the so-called peekaboo experiment to rest for good.
I'm fighting a road runner from the Coyote. You chose me. I ain't choose you. You chose me. So I'm gonna tell you straight the F up. You can go back to 135. We'll send you back to lightweight. You still got your WBC belt. You're gonna be fine. Shakur will fall.
Getting the same feeling before this fight that I was getting before the Errol Spence and Bud fight. When all of those guys were picking Errol Spence to beat Bud, I remember thinking, what are these people looking at? It's similar with this fight because all of the people picking Shakur, I'm thinking, what are y'all looking at? I like Shakur as well. If y'all go back and watch that Zepeda fight, Williams Zepeda was punching on Shakur all fight. This masterful defense that we always say that Shakur has, I felt like that got exposed in this last fight. And Williams Zepeda really is not that great of a fighter. At the very least, he's no Teofimo Lopez. I think I got Teo running through Shakur, man. I don't really got it being a close fight. This is not top rank. These are not carefully crafted opponents for Shakur to look good against. Teo's gonna be too much for him. On top of Shakur moving up a weight division.
Training footage is unsettling in its own way. Mike Tyson, the man who turned raw aggression into an art form, can be seen standing inches from Teofimo Lopez, passing on the fundamentals of the peekaboo approach. This isn't simply about power shots. It's a controlled, violent rhythm, built on slipping punches by fractions of an inch before firing back with force. Tyson repeatedly focuses on head movement and compact defense, drilling into Lopez the mindset of attacking with intent. In one clip that quickly spread online, Tyson urges him to drive punches through the bag rather than stopping at it. The shift has sparked speculation among fans, raising the question of whether Lopez is preparing to unleash a level of ferocity the sport hasn't witnessed in a long time.
He has to get Shakur up. How would I say this? I don't want to just make it seem like come across as if Shakur is novice, but the times that Shakur is putting himself against the ropes, this is the time that Teofimo is going to have to depend on his explosiveness. He's going to have to depend on his offset lead right hands. He's going to have, but even doing that, everything with Teo comes off his front foot, his explosiveness, his speed, everything. So it's almost like whenever the times he gets Shakur up against the rope, he got to pick his shots well, but then after that, he have to be ready to defend because with Shakur, the return is always coming. So he got to go into the offensive lane, but he have to go into it with good defense, which in my opinion, he really don't do that good when he's going into offense. He usually come in to an offense lane, like with his lead hand down, coming with head movement. But I just believe when he do get closer to Shakur, he's going to have to overload with work. He's going to have to really double up with one hand. He's going to have to use his feet, bust angles, things of that nature. So me picking Shakur come across as if Teo is not as gifted as he is, but I believe he's just in with a much more gifted athlete.
Okay, given that then, does Shakur just have to fight his fight the way he normally does, or is he gonna have to pull out extra? Like, do we see an extra wrinkle, extra level that Shakur needs to go to in this fight with Teo?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for Shakur to work off the ropes as much as he's used to doing. I think against Teo, you're taking a chance of giving him an opportunity to get good shots off. And I also also believe that Teo is a much more heavy-handed puncher than Shakur, so I think it's a danger zone for Shakur on the ropes. Now, one would say, well, why would you say that? Shakur fight pretty good off the ropes. He roll with shots, he dip under. Yeah, he does with the opposition he's been in the ring with lately. I think this is the best opponent he's fought under the lights. Teo is the best opponent that he fought, and I just think that him being on the ropes, them are the times that Teo is going to have success if those times happen.
Shakur Stevenson wasted no time responding through his sharp-edged online persona. On social media, he's been relentless, brushing off the Tyson collaboration as a late-stage panic move. His message has been clear. You can't absorb a lifetime of instinct and repetition in a matter of weeks. In Shakur's view, this isn't a meaningful evolution. It's an admission that Teofimo can't outbox an elite technician straight up. He's openly ridiculed the idea of a reinvented Lopez, insisting that once the bell sounds and the spotlight hits, those peekaboo adjustments will disappear, leaving Teofimo vulnerable to the precision and control that define Shakur's style.
Body punches in the game. He has the Pernell Whitaker effect. He's so slick. People are so mesmerized from his eyes, from his feet movement, his reflexes, that sometimes they don't zone in on, like, why isn't these guys he's fighting just going to him? Well, that's the same thing they used to say about Pernell Whitaker. They used to say that about Floyd Mayweather, is because once you get close to him, Shakur is a very vicious body puncher, and he does good work short range when he's going to the body too. So it's going to be a great fight, man, but I'm going with Shakur all the way. I'm not even second guessing it. And I'm not saying that to knock Teo. I'm just saying, like, matchup wise, I think Shakur can't make it the easiest fight of his career, but he can make it a lot more easier than what people was giving him credit for.
To you, what's the X factor for both in this fight?
The X factor for Shakur to me is distance, which he's very good at doing, with especially with his feet. Him and Usyk, they both are very good
probing with the jab too,
yes,
right?
Probing with the jab, keeping the distance, making short steps going back. They really don't overcommit. And with Teo, I think it's going to be, I think like in Teo last fights, I don't know the last time we've seen a Teo big knockout how we used to see, especially since he moved up in the weight class. But I think this is a fight where he should go back to depending on that, not just going so powerful, but he should just pick his shots. He should punch a lot where Shakur is going to be at and not where he's at. He's going to have to cut off the ring. And to me, he really should work on not overcommitting, because overcommitting with the likes of Shakur, with the likes of Usyk, they make you pay when you overcommit. And I'm sure Shakur is dependent on that. So Teo should throw a monkey wrench in those plans and make sure he's keeping his chin behind his front knee, making sure he's keeping his lead hand up, especially going against a southpaw, because like I said, his lead hand down makes him closer to Shakur's jab. So we'll see. These things is easier said than done inside the ring. But like I said,
discussion has now spilled into Reddit threads and boxing forums where breakdowns of the footage are everywhere. The central debate is whether Teofimo's build and raw athleticism are even suited for the demands of the Tyson approach. Some see him as an ideal fit quick, explosive, and naturally aggressive. Others counter that constant lateral movement plays directly into Shakur's strengths. Stevenson feeds off rhythm, and trying to outmaneuver someone who processes patterns at that level could turn ugly fast. The long-standing criticism of Shakur's defensive style is also being re-examined. It's not just about avoiding damage. He systematically drains opponents, shutting down their confidence until they unravel.
He a little cuckoo too, like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while.
So who do you think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think explosive? So, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin.
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was a hell of a performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win. And he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just, I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to rough Shakur off. And
There's also a more unsettling layer to this buildup. Questions surrounding Teofimo's mindset have started to resurface. Figures like Lamont Roach have publicly raised doubts about his stability and consistency, even criticizing some of his past behavior as erratic. Those concerns aren't coming out of nowhere. We've seen moments before where Teofimo appeared mentally off, most notably in the Sandor Martin fight, where he looked disconnected and visibly uncertain, even questioning himself while the bout was still unfolding.
Stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about, I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're gonna get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be
There's growing belief that bringing in Mike Tyson may be serving more as mental support than tactical evolution, a way to cover underlying doubts ahead of the most difficult fight of his career. At the same time, Teofimo's father has been noticeably silent, a sharp contrast to his usual presence, fueling speculation about what's really happening behind the scenes. Some think the quiet signals a hidden advantage waiting to be revealed, while others fear it points to deeper instability within the camp itself.
It's a really good fight. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about that one?
Well, boxing should be proud. It's very, I don't want to say like TV friendly because it depends on, which either guy, what game they come with concerning is Shakur going to use nothing but his legs? Is Teo going to do just enough because Shakur may offset him a bit and give him a look that he never seen before? I have Shakur winning. I think Teo, concerning explosiveness, he get it. Rapid speed, he get it. But I think when it comes to the craft and fundamentals, you have to go with Shakur. To me, he's a lot more seasoned. And plus, I just believe Teofimo, he makes mistakes to me you just can't make when you're fighting Shakur.
Like what?
You can't be overcommitting. You can't approach his offense range with your lead hand down, especially since Shakur is a southpaw. Because that means if you're orthodox and you're approaching Shakur with your lead hand down, you're actually closer to his jab hand. And we all know Shakur got one of the best jabs, especially from a southpaw standpoint. So I'm going with Shakur in that fight. But it's going to be a good fight. The card is incredible by itself. You know what I mean? We already know how the card is. We got Keyshawn on it, Jarrell Miller on it, Shushu Carrington's it's a great card, but I'm going with Shakur for the win.
This fight is bigger than the WBO belt. It's an audition for a 9-figure showdown. With Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur needs a win to silence critics who question his star power, while Teofimo needs it to prove his rise wasn't a fluke. If Lopez successfully uses Tyson's tactics to catch Shakur, he becomes the face of boxing overnight. If Stevenson cruises, he cements himself as untouchable at the top.
Buddy, man, just gotta ask you, because you're from Jersey, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, do you favor the Jersey kid in that fight?
Oh, Shakur, definitely.
Why is that?
He's the best at that weight. No one's gonna beat him at that weight. Hey, he can go up to 47 and win a title. That's how good he is.
I mean,
it's going to be a good fight. I'm glad it's finally happening, a good fight in boxing where you got two very skilled fighters. And look, I love Teofimo. I picked him to beat Lomachenko. You know what I mean? But I just think that Shakur's on another level.
Is Teofimo the more athletic fighter?
I'm not going to say that. I mean, to me, they have two different styles. You know what I mean? And, Shakur just has a style that, to appreciate it, you got to be a real boxing person.
Yeah, because, when I say athleticism, it's like explosiveness and twitch, but isn't Shakur with the timing and the distance, it's more subtle.
Relaxed, you know what I mean? He can do whatever, he can take control at any time when he wants to.
Is it more efficient? Like Teo will cross arm and use all these reflexes, then Shakur will just take a little half step back.
That's it.
Is that more
efficient?
It's all
about control. It's all about control.
How competitive a fight you think it's going to be?
It's going to be a very good fight. I mean, it's a fight, and it's in the right place, New York. I've always said, I said years ago in an interview, if that fight happens, it's got to be in New York. And I hope it's at Madison Square Garden.
Did you see Shakur when he was coming up in the
I saw him
East
as a kid. I remember Shakur as a kid when he was an amateur. And I always telling kids, he's just special, man. He's special.
What's Teo, if he can pull up, like if you were his trainer, what would be the game plan you think to try to pull off what would be an upset?
You gotta be double smart. You can't go in there and think you're gonna bully him. You can't think you're gonna go in there and bomb him out. You gotta be extra smart. But Shakur's on point, man. You gotta be just as on point as he is. And that takes a different level of concentration.
Unanimous decision then for Shakur?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I see him winning.
Journalists like Amir Khan have weighed in, noting that while Shakur's approach may not always excite crowds, it's technically flawless. Khan even likened him to Andre Ward, a fighter who avoided wars simply because opponents couldn't touch him. On the other side, Mike Tyson's presence adds a looming wild card. Tyson has subtly cautioned Shakur, suggesting the version of Teofimo he's shaping is far more dangerous than the one seen in recent struggles. That Tyson influence has injected real uncertainty into the matchup, tightening betting odds far more than most expected.